As the 2024-25 UEFA Champions League approaches its highly anticipated knockout phase, soccer fans and analysts alike are gearing up for an exhilarating series of matches that could redefine the landscape of European club football. With 24 teams remaining in contention, including some of the sport's most storied clubs, the excitement is palpable as these contenders embark on their quest for glory. The knockout phase, which begins with the round of 16, features clubs that have demonstrated exceptional skill and determination throughout the league phase. The top 8 teams qualified automatically, while an additional 8 will emerge from the ongoing knockout phase playoffs scheduled for mid-February. The first legs of the playoffs will see fixtures such as Manchester City taking on Real Madrid and Juventus facing PSV Eindhoven. Promising thrilling encounters that will set the stage for the subsequent rounds. Among the confirmed participants are prominent clubs such as Arsenal, Barcelona and Bayern München, each bringing their unique playing styles and star players. Arsenal, bolstered by a robust squad, looks to capitalize on their league phase success, while Atletico Madrid and Liverpool aim to leverage their tactical acumen and storied histories in the competition. The diversity of teams, from the attacking flair of Barcelona to the disciplined defenses of clubs like Juventus, ensures that the knockout rounds will be a showcase of top-tier football. Adding to the intrigue surrounding this season's Champions League is UEFA's recent announcement regarding a renewed partnership with Gillette, the men's shaving brand. The multi-year agreement marks Gillette's return as the official licensed shaving product partner of the Champions League, a role it previously held in 2019. This partnership enables Gillette to create co-branded grooming products, further intertwining the brand with the excitement of European football. Gary Coombs, CEO of Gillette, expressed enthusiasm about the collaboration, stating, "Reuniting Gillette with the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, is something we're very excited about." As the excitement builds, fans are also keenly aware of the implications of player transfers and injuries leading up to the knockout phase. For instance, Manchester City's recent signings have raised questions about their eligibility to participate in the critical matches against Real Madrid. Such strategic decisions can significantly influence the outcomes of these high-stakes games, making every detail crucial as teams prepare for battle. The Champions League remains not only a showcase of athletic prowess but also an important commercial platform, drawing significant interest from global brands. Alongside Gillette, sponsors such as Heineken and MasterCard continue to reinforce their association with the tournament, highlighting the event's status as a premier sporting spectacle. Looking ahead, the draw for the quarterfinals and semifinals, scheduled for February 21, will set the tone for the remainder of the tournament, offering fans a glimpse into potential future clashes between Europe's elite clubs. With the competition heating up, the knockout phase promises to deliver unforgettable moments as teams vie for a coveted place in the final, set to take place in Munich. As the Champions League progresses, it will be fascinating to observe how the remaining teams adapt their strategies and how partnerships like that of UEFA and Gillette enhance the overall experience for fans. The road to Munich is fraught with challenges, and only the most resilient will emerge as the champions of Europe. As the winter transfer window for the Premier League came to a close on February 4, 2025, clubs across England made their final moves in a flurry of activity. With the deadline looming, many teams seized the opportunity to reshape their squads for the remainder of the season, while others opted for a more conservative approach amidst a backdrop of financial scrutiny and strategic planning. In a window marked by high-profile departures and notable acquisitions, Manchester City emerged as the biggest spenders, investing over £172 million to bolster their squad. The addition of players like Omar Marmush from Eintracht Frankfurt and Nico Gonzalez from Porto reflects Pep Guardiola's intent to address the challenges posed by a disappointing campaign thus far. City's spending nearly eclipsed that of the entire Premier League, showcasing their financial clout. Meanwhile, Arsenal's transfer ambitions fell short as manager Mikel Arteta expressed disappointment over failing to secure the attacking reinforcement he sought. Despite attempts to land Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa, the Gunners ended the window without adding to their squad, a decision that could haunt them as they compete at the top of the league. Arteta stated, "We had a clear intention to improve the squad with players who can impact it, but we haven't achieved it, so we are disappointed." Aston Villa made headlines with the signing of Marcus Rashford on loan from Manchester United, a move that aims to rejuvenate the forward's career after a challenging period at Old Trafford. Villa also secured the services of Daniel Malin and Marco Asensio, adding depth as they navigate the rigors of European competition. Tottenham Hotspur's late flurry of activity included the acquisition of defensive reinforcements in Kevin Danso and Mathys Tel, but questions remain about whether these signings will sufficiently address their ongoing injury crisis. Head coach Ange Postecoglou's strategy to strengthen the squad was evident, yet the timing of the arrivals raised concerns about the adequacy of the overall squad depth for the challenges ahead. In stark contrast, Liverpool's approach was marked by restraint. The team's only notable signing in recent windows was Federico Chiesa, and with their current squad performing well, manager Arne Slot opted to focus on developing existing talent rather than making rash purchases. This decision underscores a broader trend among top clubs, where financial prudence is becoming increasingly critical. "We haven't felt the need to bring in additional players as we continue to trust our existing squad," Slot commented. Fulham, on the other hand, ended the window without any new arrivals, reflecting a period of stability even amid ambitions to challenge for European spots. Marco Silva's side remained intact with no key players leaving, but questions linger about whether the current squad can sustain a push for higher honors without reinforcements. As clubs recalibrate their strategies, the focus now shifts to the remainder of the season. The impacts of these transfer decisions, whether in bolstering squads or opting for retention, will soon be apparent. Clubs that have invested heavily will face scrutiny to ensure their financial outlays translate into on-pitch success, while those who chose caution will hope that their existing talent can deliver results. With the summer transfer window on the horizon, the dynamics of player movements will be a central theme as clubs reassess their needs and ambitions. For now, the January window is closed, but the ripple effects of these deals will resonate throughout the remainder of the Premier League season. As the winter transfer window draws to a close, Serie A clubs are bustling with activity, showcasing an intricate blend of strategy, urgency, and a touch of the theatrical. The scene is set predominantly in Milan, where football executives and agents converge to negotiate deals amidst a backdrop of bustling lobbies, high-stakes conversations, and occasionally the quirkiness that has become synonymous with Italy's unique transfer culture. Unlike the more discreet transfer dealings often seen in England, Serie A's transfer deadline day is a spectacle that draws attention from fans and media alike. In Milan, the city transforms into a vibrant marketplace where every hotel lobby can become a negotiation table. Blacked-out vehicles ferry players and their representatives across the city, and reporters eagerly await their next scoop outside prominent venues. It's like Fashion Week but for football, one agent quipped, highlighting the city's dual status as both Italy's business and football capital. At the heart of this transfer frenzy is a tradition that dates back to 1951, credited to the eccentric Italian prince Raimondo Lanza di Trebbia. The prince pioneered the practice of conducting transfer negotiations within the confines of a hotel room, often while in the bath, using the surprise and embarrassment that ensued as leverage to expedite discussions. This method not only became a hallmark of the Italian transfer market but also inspired a culture where public negotiations are commonplace. As the clock ticked down to the midnight deadline on February 3, the atmosphere in Milan was charged with tension. Agents were busy on their phones, desperately trying to finalize deals as unexpected complications arose. "We need to keep our ears to the ground," one sporting director remarked, reflecting the urgency of the moment. With the stakes high, even the slightest miscalculation could derail a transfer. Reports of players missing out on contracts due to a lack of necessary paperwork or unexpected regulations showcase the chaotic nature of this high-pressure environment. This year, the transfer market witnessed significant movements. AC Milan emerged as one of the most active teams, securing Santiago Gimenez from Feyenoord for a staggering €32 million, making him the most expensive signing of the window.
Milan also brought in Joao Felix on loan from Chelsea and Kyle Walker from Manchester City, signaling their intent to bolster the squad for the remainder of the season.
Meanwhile, Juventus made strategic additions to their lineup, including Alberto Costa and Randal Kolo Muani, while Napoli's sale of star player Kvicha Kvaratskhelia to Paris Saint-Germain for €75 million was a watershed moment in this transfer window. The Sheraton Hotel, a favored venue for transfer dealings, became a hive of activity as agents and club representatives navigated the final hours of the window. Sporting directors hustling to find last-minute deals were met with the occasional connectivity issue that added to the day's absurdities. One memorable incident involved superagent Mino Raiola, who vented his frustrations on live television when a poor Wi-Fi connection threatened to derail an important transfer negotiation.
"It's shameful," Raiola exclaimed, underscoring the disarray that can ensue even at the highest levels of the sport.
As the midnight deadline approached, the atmosphere shifted from frenetic negotiations to a celebratory air.
Contracts were finalized and those who managed to secure successful deals gathered to unwind with a meal featuring fried empanadas and local wines.
Despite the chaos, the connections forged during this period often lead to lasting relationships that benefit clubs long after the window closes. In a world where football clubs constantly seek to enhance their rosters, Milan's transfer dealings exemplify the blend of tradition, urgency, and drama that epitomizes the Serie A transfer market. As the dust settles on this winter window, all eyes will turn toward the future, how these new signings will impact the league and the strategies clubs will employ ahead of the next transfer period. In Italy, the narrative surrounding calciomercato continues, proving that in football as in life the only constant is change.